Good morning. We back again with another episode of Post Game Podcast. This time we are here talking about trade rumors. We are only 5 days away or so from the trade deadline in the NBA, and we have a brand new report that is linked to the Detroit Pistons. There's sounds like there's some interest in a player that, if you're from Michigan, you're very familiar with him. He went to Michigan State and he's from Flint, and that is Miles Bridges. He's also somebody that uh, I don't know if there was any interest between the teams, but there certainly, was some interest from the fans. We were looking for a stretch four, and we ended up going with Tobias Harris a couple years ago, and that has worked out fine. We were a playoff team last year. We're a playoff team this year, but we are in search of some more juice, if you will, offensively. And Miles Bridges could be that guy. And so we're just going to weigh out the options, and we're going to break down his player profile and, just see if he makes sense. Let's pull it up. We're going to go through a couple different evaluations. First and foremost, he's pretty good against the Pistons in general. In his career, he averages 17 points a game against the Pistons. And as you can see, in his last 5 games, he's scored 19, 30, 20, 27, and 24. Not bad. That's, just of recent, in recent history. Obviously, early in his career, he's probably playing a lot less, but he's 26 years old. 26 years old, I believe, and still physically in the prime of his career. I'm sure the Charlotte Hornets are looking for more opportunities to move forward with their younger players, such as Brandon Miller, Colin Knippel, and as of right now, LaMelo Ball. So, although Miles Bridges has done well for them, he's been a consistent 20-point scorer for them. It's probably time for them to move on. They also got Diabate, the young guy from Michigan. So maybe time to move on from Miles Bridges. He's going into the final year of his contract. He signed a 3-year, $75 million contract 2 years ago. And he's got 1 year remaining where he will make $22 million. So we'll talk about how he fits with the Pistons a little bit later. But let's get to his player profile. As I said, he's averaged about 20 points a game, 21, 20, 18 and a half this year. They got some new dogs in town, and, he's been pretty efficient, averaging 45% from the field, which isn't horrible. 33% from three, which isn't great, but not awful. 83% from the free throw line. I'm not mad at that. 6 rebounds, which is pretty solid for a 6'5" fringe wing to power forward player. But let's get into the player profile here. He's in the 69th percentile as far as shooting quality. So he's a guy that can shoot from the outside, not a dead eye shooter, but he can go and get his. He can create for others. He averages three assists per game, which is not bad considering LaMelo Ball. The ball is in his hands quite a bit. The ball is in Brandon Miller's hands a lot, and even Colin Knippel, who's the future of the franchise, they say. He takes care of the ball. You look at the 89th percentile as far as turnover rate, which is huge because the Pistons rank in the bottom quarter as far as turnovers per game, and he can go and get his. He's a player that we could that can play. He could be He could be the power forward on the starting lineup, or he could be a guy off the bench that's going to bring you instant offense. He's a electric player. He gets out in transition. As you can see, his usage is a lot of transition. And we know the Pistons like to get out in transition and a lot of spot up, which you would like to see him shoot a little better from the outside, but that's what he does. Primary ball handling, 15% of the time that he's a primary ball handler, which would be similar to now because obviously the ball's going to be in Cade's hands a lot, but yeah, he's pretty versatile. He mostly guards small forwards and power forwards, but he can guard a handful of centers and not too many point guards or shooting guards, but athletic nonetheless. So, um, as far as his shot diet, a lot of shots in the paint and a lot of shots in the restricted area. Um, we'll take a look at his shot diet a little bit later, but um, as you can see, defensively, not great, but he doesn't foul, which is important, and he can protect the rim. Uh, Pretty decent size, 6'5" with 6'10" wingspan, um, which is why he's able to protect the rim as well as he does. But not causing a lot of turnovers, not really in the passing lanes, which is kind of unfortunate given his athletic ability, but um, a decent block percentage considering half a block a game, not too bad. All right, let's get to the shot diet. Lot of points in the paint. Not as efficient as you would like him to be in the restricted area, but that's where he hangs out. Um, he likes that left block, probably uses that left hook. Pretty nice in the corner. Pretty nice. He likes the right side of the court in general, but which obviously gives him a good angle to get to the left side when he's flat slashing the lane. But 40% from the corner, 34% from above the break, and 33% from that extended elbow. Mid range. Well, he doesn't have a lot of mid range, but 67% there. Uh, when you break it down, good assist rate, good ball handler, and he takes care of the takes care of the rock. Doesn't turn it over. He's an above average defender, not a great defender, but an exceptional rebounder for his size. Only 6'5", and he's 71st percentile as far as rebounds, 6 per game. 82% usage rate, so he can go out and get it on his own, which is what we need. We need somebody that when Cade's not going, or um, when Duncan isn't scoring for us, we need somebody that can go out and get it, whether that's in the starting lineup or off the bench. I don't know if he's ever come off the bench, but I don't know if he's ever come off the bench, but um, certainly some opportunities for him to score. So yeah. Um, so all in all, pros, scoring ability. I think he fits well with our play style because he can get out in transition. It will be fun to see him with Asar Thompson and Jaden Ivey, if Jade Ivey's not involved in the deal. Um, but yeah, cons, a bit inefficient, not the best outside shooter. Kind of a tweener between the wing position and power forward. A little undersized at 6'5", but he does have a 6'10" wingspan, and not a great defender. I'm not mad at it. There's not a major commitment to him, in that we would have him for all of next year, so we would have a good opportunity. First of all, he can be the predecessor to Tobias Harris if Harris gets traded or doesn't re-sign with us, and then we can decide from there what we want to do. What we want to do with him, because we're only on the hook for him for one more year. Yeah, we're only on the hook for him for one more year after this year, and I think he would give us the scoring juice that we need to contend with the you know the high scoring teams in the Eastern Conference, like the Cavaliers, Boston, New York. Could have used a 20-point scorer last year. So I think he would make for a small front line between Isaiah Stewart and him uh, off the bench. Although Isaiah Stewart definitely plays bigger than the 6'8" or 6'9" that he is. And I think he would play well alongside Duran with Asar Thompson kind of protecting him a little bit. So, but yeah, he brings athleticism to the team, some versatility, some scoring, and he's from here. He's familiar with Michigan and Detroit. So I don't know, what his desire would be to come home to Michigan, but if it doesn't work out, you just you let him walk after 2026 or after 2027, or you can try to move him at the trade deadline next year. Up to you. But I'm not mad at the deal. For those that missed it, this is what he's done against the Pistons. His last, I hope you guys didn't hear that. His last, this is what his career has been against Detroit. Let's look at the games at Detroit. 19, 30, 20, 24, 20, 25. These are the games at Detroit. Not bad. Pretty much 20 points a game, which is what we need. You know, let's see here. There's no plus minus on here. Oh, plus minus. I don't know how to read this. But yeah, decent efficiency. Um, Shoots about 4 threes a game. 4 threes a game. And he flirts with that 45% field goal percentage. I'm not mad at it. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about Miles Bridges. They said there's some interest there. We'll see if there's any legs to that and what they might be looking for. It appears that has uh, Charlotte has been winning as of late. So they may be looking to buy, but still, if we can fulfill a void that they might need, uh, they're 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 6-game winning streak, and they're currently in the 10th spot. So they're not quite in the play in, but they're 2 games. What is that? 2 games, game and a half out of the play in against Atlanta. Atlanta's heading in a different direction. They've been losing. The Bulls, they're hanging in there. So Charlotte may be looking to buy. They're getting hot at just the right time. So maybe Miles Bridges might not be on the move. But in the end, if they can find some balance, find some a more defensive minded player, maybe they will be willing to swap out Miles for somebody like that because they got some offense. Miller's been on fire. LaMelo's been playing well. Khan Knippel has been balling. So yeah, I don't know to what extent they are looking to move Miles, but he is coming up on the final year of his contract. So stay tuned as more rumors continue to swirl. We'll try to cover that because it's crunch time. And obviously, once the Pistons make a move, which I think they will make a move at some point, we'll definitely come on here and react and let you know what our thoughts are on that. So subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of a lot of Pistons coverage coming up as we get to the All-Star break and start that playoff run. So subscribe to us. I'll be hosting on Monday, and then we have a trade deadline show on Thursday as well. So a lot of material coming up. It's your boy Foster Child. I'm out.